Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Daily Masters cast. I'm going to be grabbing a PvZ here today, and it's going to be Welmu and Rhett. Welmu is another one of those names which is a bit hard to wrap my mouth around, but we're just going to have to go ahead and see what's going on. So Welmu, well, I think it's Welmu. I really don't know. He is from Finland. He plays for the Neurosoft team, and he's currently number 39 in the WCS with 1,450 points. So very, very impressive from Welmu. And yeah, there is an Overlord right there, and that Overlord belongs to, of course, Liquid Rhett, otherwise known as Rhett. And as you would expect, he's from the Netherlands, and he's also plays for Team Liquid. He's currently number 98 on the WCS with 425 points. So both of these players making a bit of a splash in the WCS, getting out there, winning some stuff, probably coming second and third in some stuff as well, and all around just making some great plays. So we're going to be seeing how they come up today against each other, and it's going to be pretty interesting. So nothing spectacular going on. Double gas, quite interesting, although this may be just for some sentry play or an early robotics facility. We have seen a lot of Protoss players go the early robotics facility off one gateway, so they go straight into a cyber core and then straight into a robotics facility, get out nice early immortals that allow them to put on some nice early pressure on the map. And my guess would be that Welmu is going to be doing the same thing right here. There goes the cyber core, and meanwhile Rhett is going to be going for a hatch before pool, and there's another very standard play. He's got the single gas going up, and this is just going to be allowing him to get some basic gas stuff like potentially Ling speed, potentially a lair upgrade, baneling nest, all that sort of stuff he can get with that early gas. Doesn't really need the second gas. If he was thinking of going straight into a lair and then straight into mutas, definitely the second gas would start to be a necessity, and a third and a fourth gas would probably be a necessity as well. But yeah, we're going to be seeing exactly how that works. Oh, actually it's for the mothership core. That thing costs a ton. I think it costs 100 gas, so yeah, the double gas definitely helping that out to get that out ASAP. You can see he's chrono boosting it out, so he really wants to put the pressure out there. We've got a pro coming out as well. Is he going to bang out a stalker to go with that mothership core? That is the question. He's a little bit mineral starved at the moment, but is sentry to go out with the mothership core. And actually going for nice early nexus here. Started that about the 4-minute mark, which is relatively early, but I suppose against a Zerg player you can afford to get it out nice and early. And I suppose the question remains, will Rhett go for a nice early third base? I mean, he's got vision. He knows this is out there, so my guess would be yes, definitely he'll go out for a nice early third base. And in fact, there goes the worker right there. Going to be jumping into the third base straight away. He's actually already set it up to start building. So I was wondering how he was going to do that with only 40 minerals, but he had already purchased it. So very, very nice there. So yeah, going to be looking like a nice mid to end game sort of play going in here. Nothing crazy going to be happening in the first few minutes. Well, we've already got past the first few minutes, but nothing crazy going to be happening before the 10-minute mark. And there's a fair amount of Lings on the field, and Ling speed is just coming up, but there's not really enough Lings to make a splash. 8 is not really going to be able to do anything. They're just going to come in here, and Welmu would probably just warp his mothership core back, Nexus overcharge, and there's Photon overcharge or something like that. But yeah, and then just the Lings will just get owned all over the place. Sentry's actually going to be thinking about blocking this. Is this completely blocked here? I think he may have. There may be a gap between these two pylons here, but I really don't know. I really don't think he may have completely blocked off this entrance. He may have been a bit more worried about the about those guys than we thought he was. About those Lings, so he's going to block it off there. There we go, the mothership core just flying on back, and those Lings have succeeded in keeping Welmu defensively minded, although I mean it's not like it's a disadvantage to be defensively minded at this point. He's getting up a ton of tech. He's got the Phoenix out. He doesn't yet know about the third base from the Zerg, but you have to be completely insane not to expect it at this point. And the question is, what is Rhett's game plan? He's got the third gas on over here. He's got the lair coming out. So we're looking at potential muta play, and we know that he's got the speed on the lings, but speed is pretty common, so it doesn't necessarily mean mutalings are coming out. If we see a baneling nest, then almost certainly it's going to be mutaling. I mean, with this fourth gas come out, all we're waiting on is a baneling nest for mutaling play. There we go. The Phoenix just flying around, actually going nuts. Hallucinated Phoenix as well, just spying out all the spore crawlers, and the Overlord is going to go down. And Rhett's like, this one's not hallucinated, man. Come on, help me out. There we go. Roach Warren coming down. So the lair probably just going to be for upgrades, perhaps. I guess. I mean, you need and also Overseers as well. No, he's actually going for a Hydraless Den. So he's going to be Roach Hydra all over the place, and potentially going to work. Welmu is going to have to get into some either heavy storms, or he's going to have to get into the Robo Tech. I mean, Phoenix are not going to help him, not against Hydraless. So he's sort of doing okay at the moment, but these are just harassing units right now, so he really needs to get something else going. Looks like he's actually going to make a play here. Not too many ground units for Rhett. He's been concentrating a bit on his air defense so far, and the Zealots are going to go in and be able to do quite a bit. He does have 10 roaches coming out though. So those 10 roaches are going to be quite crazy when they come in, and the Phoenix, if he can take out this other spore crawler, these Overlords are all going to get hit quite nicely. And he's actually going to be going for them right now. The spore crawler is still alive. The Zealots are hacking away at it, but roaches have started to come out, choosing not to go for the spore crawler actually. They're choosing to get out of there, going for the roaches instead. The Phoenix going to be lifting something up, are they? They're not lifting something up at the moment. They really should be though. There we go, starting to lift them up. Could probably lift up a couple of roaches as well. Lifting up the Queen, but that spore crawler down there is still alive. Hasn't actually got any kills though, which I feel is a bit unfortunate, but a lot of the roaches going down. The Phoenix are making themselves known in the main base. And here we go, Welmu. He's got the robotics bay coming out. He's got the immortals coming out, so he knows how to deal with roaches. But that's actually quite a decent amount of roaches out, very, very fast. He's got 12, and Welmu really doesn't have anything to deal with them right now. He's going to have to build a ton of stalkers / zealots out of the gateways. He's got 3 gateways so far, so he probably needs to bulk those up a little bit more. And the Phoenix is just going to be harassing roaches all over the place. This is definitely going to help. But he needs immortals, and he needs them now. One's out, another one being chrono boosted out. The immortals have a much longer range than the roach, and that is the only thing that is going to allow them to really hold off this roach push. The fact that he's got this sort of gate here, and that the immortals have such a large range. So he's going to be able to push them back here. The roaches are just getting sick of being hit by the Phoenix, and they're just going to be running away. And Welmu, what a play off this. He's actually going to be going for a third base. So very, very interesting there. I'm not sure how we can actually hold this off. Rhett tech switching like an absolute boss and going for a Spire now, as well as building Hydras. I don't know if this is actually a tech switch. It may actually be he wants the Spire for something else, like Vipers or something like that. Viper, although I think the Vipers come off the infestation pit off the top of my head, so it's probably for Corruptors actually. It's probably for Corruptors because he knows that he's going for Hydras and Welmu is going to be going for Colossus. So he needs a counter to Colossus, and that is going to be the Corruptors. So that's almost certainly what it's going to be for just a few Corruptors. Just to sort of support his Roach Hydra army. And yeah, here we go. Colossus starting to come out. And very, 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 very tired actually. I don't know why I'm so tired, but I just am. So Phoenix going in, but the Spore Crawler is doing a great job at hitting them. They're really soaking up a ton of workers there. Unfortunately, units lost. This replay is just a little bit too old. I got replays from all over the place, but workers is definitely evened it out, sort of. I mean, Rhett was ahead, and he's still ahead, but I don't think he's as ahead as he used to be. So here we go. The Hydra's coming down, bunch of Lings as well. The Roach numbers aren't too high, but we'll have to see. There's one Colossus out so far, so that's alright. And another Colossus going to be out fairly soon. The Roach Hydra's coming up here. He's got the 2 Colossus. He's got a decent amount of ground units. Could probably do with a couple more Zealots in that army. But I don't know if he has Zealot speed. If he doesn't have Zealot speed, then Zealots are basically just cannon fodder. They can't actually get any damage off. Oh, the Hydras. Intercepting these Phoenix extremely well. Very nice. And look, he's just waiting to send these Lings into the third base, but no. Choosing to pull back his forces into one group does not feel like an attack right now. Or maybe he just wants to go and push everything in to the third base. So we will be seeing exactly what happens. We've got 4 Corruptors coming out. So very nice to be a Zerg player. You can just push out the Corruptors as many as you want. Just boom, straight away, as long as you have the minerals. Whereas for Welmu, getting Colossus out, it does take a while. Unless you get a second robotics facility, which he does not have at the moment. So yeah, he's building a second whatchamacallit, second Stargate there, going for Void Rays actually. So he knows Corruptors are coming out, and he knows that he needs some sort of counter for the Corruptors, and that of course is going to be the Void Rays. The Void Rays just shred the Corruptors with the new upgrade that they have, which allow them to overcharge when they hit armor units. But of course, Rhett already has the counter for Void Rays, and that of course is the Hydra. So we've got counters for everything coming out here. Hallucinating a Colossus. Nice play, very nice play. And the Phoenix come out, hit these Colossus, forces all over the place. One of the actual Colossus is getting taken down now. That's not good. And he's actually attacking the real ones here. I don't know if he's got an Overseer or if he's just getting lucky. He's chasing Hallucination while there's a real one going, so I'm guessing he was just getting lucky. But there we go. Void Ray's taking these out. And the Colossus, they've been quite lost actually. So Colossus going down too fast. Red just getting lucky, hitting a lot of the real ones instead of the Hallucinations. And the ground army is slowly sweeping up the Protoss. But the reinforcement advantage may allow him to survive here. His Immortals have all gone down, and the Hydras are going nuts on the Stalkers. Might just be enough to finish this off, but I mean, one warp in here with a bunch of gateways is going to be enough to send these guys off. However, reinforcements coming down from Ret, and I think this might be it. I think his reinforcements may be allowing him to finish this base off. Is just a massive amount of forces here. If he can finish off the Hydras and get a bunch of Immortals out, he may be okay. But there's just so many forces, and that Nexus is just going to go down like nobody's business. He does have a Colossus out now, and this is going to be the start of being able to take these guys out. But the Nexus going out, and Ret going for the third base as well. If he can take this down, it's going to cripple the economy of Welmu, and this is not what he wants to see right now, because he's actually at a critically low amount of minerals. He cannot afford to rebuild a Nexus right now. And there we go, the base comes down. Not enough minerals to rebuild a Nexus, and he just gives the GG. He had nothing left to throw against this force. I mean, 173 versus 80, just too insane. So there we go. Ret, what a great play to win that game. Welmu not doing all that well, and taking the loss there. So congratulations to Ret, and thank you very much for watching this game. This has been Harry Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this game. I'll catch you tomorrow for another Daily Masters. Stay tuned.